welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you are new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. Of course, welcome back to my oldies but goodies. So you guys, half of the face is done because I put my foundation, cream blush, eyeliner, mascara, all that jazz. So we're going to be reviewing this new LYS or LYS Beauty concealer. It's new at Sephora. I reviewed the foundation serum a while ago and I really like it. I think it worked out well. So I'm really excited because this is a full coverage yet natural concealer. So girl, I do have very dry, creasy, and dark under eyes. I always try to find the best concealer because I know a lot of us have the same issues, you know? So my under eyes are prepped. I put my eye cream about 30 minutes ago. I used the Believe eye cream. I really love it. It's bomb. So let's use this eye primer from Makeup Revolution on the left eye. It's literally just an under eye primer. Keeps the under eyes hydrated. It helps creasing not happen with your concealer. It's not heavy. It doesn't like weigh on your under eyes. It's just great. It kind of provides a little bit of coverage, but it's just because it's that priming texture. Here is the concealer. I have the shade MN1 that looks like this. Look at this frosted container and look, it's like a triangular shape. All her products are triangular shapes, so I feel that. I like that. I like that a lot. Dofa, it's triangular also. Don't mind my dirty paper towel. Cool. Does that have a scent? No. And this is a clean brand at Sephora, and the brand is fairly new at Sephora. So now on the left side, I'm going to apply the concealer on and blend it out with the sponge, and on the right side with this brush. And while I do that, I'll give you all the info about the product. The new LYS or LYS Beauty Triple Fix Brightening Concealer retails for only $18. It comes in 25 shades. This is a luxurious, rich, ultra creamy concealer that helps visibly brighten, conceal, and nourish the complexion with a skin-like finish. The coverage is full, the finish is natural. The highlighted ingredients is ashwagandha, Indian ginseng that acts as a powerful herb to help combat skin stress and visible signs of aging. Turmeric that provides antioxidant protection, brightens, and helps even and soothe the skin. And hyaluronic acid that hydrates. I am in the shade MN1. Okay, can we say wow? Like, wow. So not only does it have a very thin texture, like kind of transparent, and a lot of times those types of concealers don't work. They look a hot mess, okay? But then I let it sit, and then we got this full coverage situation. What? Like, okay. I've never seen anything like this. And this is so exciting because there's nothing better than a thin formula concealer with coverage and pigment. Is it that hard to ask for? I mean, I think it is. It's creasing. Here is the sponge. Here is the brush, but not as bad. Look, and look at this coverage. Ojeras wear. Here is the primer side. Here's the non-primer side. I mean, I don't even think we need like color corrector at this point because look at this coverage. Okay, I'm very excited about this. Damn. And like these creases, I can easily blend them out. Did I miss it? Is no one not talking about this? Let me know. Have you heard of this? I've had this for a little bit because you guys know I went crazy with foundation reviews, like 4, I think back to back or 3. So here we are, finally got to this and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna get some of my powder, the Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm gonna get my powder puff. You guys know I use this every day. I'm gonna get a little bit of powder. You wanna add very little powder in the under eye area because it's a dry area, it's a small area. Okay, the creases are looking good. So as I look up, I have a little bit of powder on my puff. I'm going to set by just tapping and looking up. You see, I'm doing this motion. This about like 5 to 10 seconds. Let me show you, let me show you. Let me look up. Here's the primer, no primer, sponge, and brush. Very good. All right, so it's currently 8:15. I'm going to wear this all day long. You guys know we're gonna be here 2 days, and yeah, let me just finish up the face and I'll be back. Hola, here we are, full face and everything, keeping the face pretty simple today. All I did is added my usual liner from LA Girl, and you guys, look at these under eyes. Here's the primer side. Here's the no primer side. As you can see, there's a little bit of creasing going on. Did use a good amount of product. What I did do though, is I got this brush. I just like blended it and the creases go away. So that's like always a good thing. I do find that when concealers have that thinner texture, they are more likely to crease because that texture really gets into the fine lines. I have very creasy under eyes. Creases are gonna happen. You're constantly blinking and opening your eyes, but it's just how it looks and if it causes any dryness or anything. But no, here we have good coverage, a little bit of creasing, but overall it just feels very nice. And if you blend out your creases, hopefully they're not creasing as much, you know? So I'm very pleasantly surprised how well this is working. What I'm gonna do is jump in front of the window so you guys can see how it looks in daylight, because that'd be like a game changer. And yeah, I think this is it. See you later. Bye. All right, fam, here's the concealer. Whoa, look at this coverage. Here's the side with the primer. You could barely see my dip too, huh? And here's the side with no primer. I feel like with no primer, you can see creases a little more versus primer, right? I mean, slightly, nothing too much. You know, I do have creases, so that's just, they're there. Damn, this looks good. You see in daylight, it's like a whole different ball game. Sometimes there's not, like, there's no comparison, you know? But yeah. Okay. Fam, I am back. It is 7:30. We've had the concealer on for about 11 hours, but of course, before we get started, I do want to show you how the concealer was looking in daylight. On the left side, the ear with no piercings is the side with primer and blended out with a sponge. And on the right side is no primer blended out with the brush. At this point, they both were looking really good. And here we are now, many hours later. Let me look up so you can see. Here's a primer side and sponge. Here's the no primer and brush. I feel like the primer looks a little bit better though, right? Like there's only like a little creasing here. Here we have a little bit more creasing, but we have coverage. Oh my God, I love that. That's like the best when an actual concealer has good coverage and you don't need a corrector. I just love how these look. I mean, it doesn't look cakey. Yeah, this one's actually creasing a whole lot. You see all these creases here versus here? For day one, I think this performed pretty well, but of course we're gonna be here tomorrow. And this is it for day one. Just wanted to show you an all day quick wear tip and see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey fam, welcome back to day number 2 using the LYS concealer. It's been about 2 or 3 days. You know, with YouTube, things are just very unpredictable, like truly unpredictable. I have a plan for the week and then things happen and it doesn't happen that way, but it's okay. It's kind of why I love it this much, you know? So let's just go right in and use this bad boy. I did put my eye cream on. Let's just see how this works. Let's get a good amount. This applicator, look how tiny it is. You know how it has like that bend right there? Oh, just so good, so good. And I like small applicators when it comes to concealers because look, you can really place it down there, not down there, in that corner. Okay, so let's let this sit and I'll be back. So today I think I'm gonna blend out with a brush. I let the concealer sit, so let's see how well we're gonna. Oh wow, it's moving. Oh, like well. Okay. Oh, look at this. Let me make sure I don't mess up my eyeliner. And a brush will give you a bit of a fuller coverage. You can get your sponge and just kind of tap it over, smooth it out a little. Damn, with no help, concealer by itself. Not only is it full coverage, it doesn't cake up, it doesn't dry up the under eyes, it's not heavy. Let's see. Let's turn down the light so you can see. Okay, this is how the under eyes look. Oh, let me look up so you can really get a good look. We are creasing, but it's fine. I mean, we always crease. We have coverage, like very nice and bright. So I'm gonna use this Huda Beauty powder to set because this concealer is a tad bit light. It's not too light, but you see how my under eyes are very bright. I'm gonna use this banana bread powder so we get a little bit of color, but we're gonna use a little bit of powder, a very small amount. And I'm just gonna tap the powder in. Make sure you don't set the crease in. I just set one crease, but it's okay. My bad. I don't know, I feel like we got some texture here. See, when I look up, you can see it right there. I did see that on day 1 and I thought it was just a powder, like because we use the Maybelline powder and it's a little on the matte side, but it's doing the same thing today. It kind of like grabs onto the powder. Yeah, you see right there. That can also happen if the concealer is too wet. This is a very wet concealer and it's very like movable. So that may be the case. You just have to let it sit for a little bit longer so the powder just doesn't attach to those specific wet spots, you know? All right, so it is currently 7:20. I'm gonna just finish up the face and I'll be back. All right, fam, I'm back full face. So I want to show you really quick. I got a brush and a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I added in the under eye area, kind of brushing it and blending it out so it can make the under eye look a little bit better. And that actually helped. With this concealer, because it's so wet and very creamy, you can't really go in with a lot of powder. Powder is going to stick down. So if that happens to you ever, just get a brush and then you just blend it out how I did, how you guys saw, and it does work out pretty well. But you have to work quick, because once everything's set down and it's dry, our under eyes are gonna look real crazy, you know. But that's the only thing I will say about this concealer, or just put less concealer than what I did, you know what I mean? It looks real good. You don't really see the dip, but the dip's never gonna go away. I just always want it to look less, you know. And let me look up here so you can see. It looks good. The only thing is it does crease a lot. We have good coverage. It's creamy and hydrating, but we got a lot of creasing and it's very wet. Do you know what I'm saying? So we got to pick our battles. I'm gonna go in front of the window so you guys can see how everything looks, and I'll see you later. Bye. And here we are in daylight. It looks so good. It's like the whole close-up. You see like that? That's what I was talking about. Oh, I'm happy you can see it. But I like it though. Like, it's different. You just have to be careful and just be aware, because you can't treat it like every other concealer. This concealer is special because look at this coverage. There's a darkness with no corrector. You know I use corrector every day. But yeah, I love it. This daylight. Okay, bye. Hey fam, I'm back. It is 6 o'clock. We've had the concealer on for what, 12 hours, 11 hours? But of course, I do want to show you here in daylight how the under eyes were looking at around 3:30. And at this point, coverage was good. We didn't have too much creasing. We still had the highlighted look. I really liked how the concealer looked. Here we are now. Let's get a close look and see. You see that coverage? We have really good coverage. Let's look up. Well, let me show you first. You guys always go first. Let's look, but I haven't looked. Okay. You see, we had creasing today. You guys saw in the morning. It gets better throughout the day. In the morning, I was like, ooh, I don't know, because, you know, we had that dryness. This concealer is so hydrating. It kind of works with your under eye. Here in the under eye area, there isn't pores, so oils are not produced. It essentially becomes really dry really quickly, which is why a lot of times I do hear we have dry under eyes, because that's the reason. So this concealer kind of moisturizes throughout the day, but it doesn't have that thick texture. So we start off rough, but it kind of works with you towards the end. My one tip with this concealer is don't use as much powder as you would usually use with a traditional concealer, because of that texture. It's gonna kind of just attach to it too much. Another tip is you can just let the concealer sit, blend it out, and just let it dry down a little bit, and then go in with the powder, and then you're... But even if you're looking a little scrapey like I was this morning, it warms up, because look, we look bomb. Like, and I'm surprised that the creases aren't even there. What? I have creasy under eyes, okay? I like this. This is a yes for me, and it's only $18. Woman-owned brand, Black-owned brand, affordable. Like, this is the best affordable high-end concealer I've tried. That's a mouthful, but that's how I feel about this. You know, we went through a ride, and yeah. Do we look gastadas? No, huh? Really well put together. Like, gastadas a donde? Right? Oh, this is it. I love it. I think it worked out so well, but the foundation's good too, so... Jesus Christ. I'm back. The foundation worked out well. I think the brand is great. I've only tried 2 products from them, but dang, I'm excited for more. But yeah, let me know about LYS or LYS Beauty. What are your thoughts? I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.